interview stage by Christopher Loft. Thank you very much.
Naughty boys in nasty schools, headmasters breaking all the rules, having fun and playing pool, smashing up the woodwork tools. All the teachers in the pub, passing man a ready rub, trying not to think of when that lunchtime bell will ring again. Oh, what fun we had, but did it really turn out bad? All I learned in school.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be your teacher today. My name is Mr. Brown. You'll notice your headmistress is sitting in the back there, just going to observe how you're getting on. So today we're going to be studying Romeo and Juliet. I hope that's okay. No. Too soft. Good morning, Year 10. As you can see, my name is Mr. Brown, and today we will be studying Romeo and Juliet. Let's see how I get on. No, it's too harsh. Hi kids, how's it going? Alright? So today we're going to be looking at Romeo and Juliet. We'll be splitting into two groups, two rival gangs if you like. It's going to be kicking. The learning objective for today's lesson. Learning objective shit.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Are you
Martin Brown?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, that's you.
Well, it would hardly do if we came in and started talking to the wrong person, would it? Mind if I sit down, sir?
Mind if I stand with one foot up on this chair, sir? I only ask because some people find this stance of mine a little aggressive. You don't find this a little aggressive, do you, sir?
No, I don't think so. Sorry, are you part of the panel? I mean, is this it?
Part of the panel, sir. We are the panel.
Panel beaters.
That's a very good one, Squires. Yes, very droll. You'll have to excuse my colleague, sir. He has a very peculiar strain of humour that takes a little while to become accustomed to.
I wasn't breastfed enough as a baby.
You weren't breastfed at all, were you?
Yeah, I missed out on the titty altogether, sir.
The experience left you with a strange ache, didn't it?
A dull hunger.
That can never be satisfied.
Not fully, no.
Are you feeling all right, sir? Shall we take a break?
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, yes, I'm fine. I don't need a break though. He doesn't really started, have we?
Doesn't want to break, Squires. Write that down. It's just that you looked a little uncomfortable, sir.
Well, it is a bit unusual. I mean, sorry. Is this part of the interview? This is. I mean, sorry. I was just expecting questions. You see.
Questions, eh? It's questions that you want, is it? Questions?
Don't worry, sir. There'll be questions. Is that all that's bothering you this morning?
Well, actually, as you ask, I mean, there's usually 3 or 4 people on the panel, and one of them is the head, right? I mean, none of you are the head, are you?
What makes you say that, sir?
Have you met the head?
Well, no, but neither of you look like a Mrs. Barbara Jefferson.
Are you trying to be funny?
It's all right, Squires. You're absolutely right, sir. Neither of us is the head.
As it so happens, Mrs. Barbara Jefferson is a very busy person, and she is... What is it she's done?
Delegated. She has delegated this task to us.
Delegated.
Right, okay, thanks for clearing that up. Should we get started then?
It's very airless in this room, don't you find?
Sorry?
Stuffy, sir.
No, I don't think so, no, I'm fine.
That's why I thought you might like to take a break, because of the stuffy, airless quality of the room. But if you're sure you're okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine, absolutely.
Nothing else bothering you at all?
No.
There's nothing at all you require?
No.
A glass of water, perhaps?
No, really, honestly, I'm fine. Can we get started?
Are you getting all this down?
Every word.
Right then, sir. Off you go.
Sorry?
I thought you wanted to get started.
Well,
Off you go then.
I do, it's just, I'm not really used to this sort of approach. You're the interviewers. Normally it's the interviewers who start the interview, you know, they ask a question.
Maybe we're doing things differently, sir.
Right, yes, people carry out job selections in all sorts of strange ways these days. Your word, sir.
There we are then, we're just following your lead. So, off we go. You start.
Right. Right, okay, yeah, I will. Okay, well, I've only worked in one school so far, at St. Martin's. I taught English there, that's my degree. I got a first from Leicester, and I did a dissertation on the characterisation and irony in the Canterbury Tales. I think that's what clinched it. Then I did my teaching qualification, and as I say, I've been there ever since. I'd say Shakespeare's my strongest subject. I'm actually a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Oh!
Well, I don't mean I act with them. I mean I'm part of the mailing list. I'm part of the mailing list. What I mean to say is that I go to the theatre quite often, and Romeo and Juliet's my favourite. I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling. I'm not really used to this sort of setup. I was expecting questions.
Here's a question, sir. Where are you working at the moment?
See, I knew this would come up. This is what I was expecting. Well, I left St. Martin's 5 years ago, as I'm sure you, well, a few months ago actually, I'm sure you know, and I've been looking for a job ever since, but I'm not working anywhere at the moment. Did you want me to say more about why I left, or?
If you would like to, sir.
Well, I think it'd be good to clear up any misunderstandings, wouldn't it?
Misunderstandings, sir?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is St. Martin's is a relatively small English department, and there's not really much room for further professional development within the English department there. And so basically I was off sick for an extended period of time, and then having recovered, I thought it was time for a fresh challenge, and I thought, I don't want to get any job, I thought maybe somewhere like this, somewhere that's a bit more, sorry, is there a problem? I mean, do you not want to hear about this bit?
I think the problem, sir, is that this does not sound very much like a confession.
A confession? Why would it sound like a confession?
Did I say confession? I must have got my words mixed up. Why don't we start again?
Right, okay. Well, I was at my last school for 5 years.
Do you consider yourself to be a saint, sir?
Sorry?
Your name is Martin. You worked at a school called St. Martin's. Do you consider yourself to be a saint?
No, not at all. I'm a teacher. I happen to work at St. Martin's School. The fact my name's Martin.
A coincidence, sir.
Yeah, a coincidence.
I see.
Look, I don't know what you're getting at, but if there's something you want to ask, I wish you just ask me straight out.
But I thought you wanted to do things differently, sir. Now, I thought you wanted to confess. Tell us something of your experience at St. Martin's.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to do that. Look, I'm sorry, are you governors or teachers?
Tell him who we are, squires.
We're the governors, sir.
Right, okay. It's just your manner is almost like a policeman or...
Policeman, sir?
Why would we be policemen?
I don't know!
You haven't got anything to hide, have you,
Of
sir?
course not.
No wrongdoings at St. Martin's.
Oh, look, this is Squires, is it? I'm sure you have a list of questions that you want to ask me, don't you? I mean, didn't Mrs. Jefferson get a list of questions she wanted you to ask me? I've certainly got things I can tell you. I've got a lesson prepared on Romeo and Juliet that will knock your socks off.
Yes, we'll get to that later, sir.
Now, we're interested in why you think we are policemen.
I don't think you're policemen, I'm just saying your manner's very accusing.
Would it bother you if we were policemen, sir?
No, but you're not, are you? You're school governors.
Well, we could be policemen, couldn't we? A governor could become from a policeman, couldn't he?
Oh, yes, anyone could become a governor.
All you need is a few votes, as long as you're a parent at the school. Just talk to your friends, or rather the parents of your children's friends, and they'll elect you.
Or you could be co-opted as a community governor. You don't need to be a parent at all then, just an upstanding pillar of the community type.
Like a policeman.
Policeman's perfect.
So we could be policemen and governors.
Yes, in which case you'd be in big fucking trouble, mate.
My colleague is joking, don't mind him, sir. No, you'd only be in trouble if you'd done something wrong, and you haven't done anything wrong, have you, sir?
No.
We're just talking... What are we talking?
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, sir.
So, hypothetically, if we were policemen and you had done something wrong,
You'd be in big fucking trouble, wouldn't you?
Please excuse my colleague's use of the language, sir. He sometimes has difficulty following the code of social niceties, don't you, Squire?
I was roughly treated as an infant.
So where were we? Oh, yes. Why did you leave your last position?
As I said, I was off sick.
Were you forced to leave, sir? Encouraged to
No,
leave?
no. I was sick. I was working too hard and neglecting my health a little.
Can you say why you were forced to leave?
No, I wasn't forced. I told you I was sick, alright? Sorry, I know you have to ask these questions, but there's no blemish on my record, okay? I've made no secret of it. I had to leave after all that time off, you know? It's 6 months altogether. I'm sure you know all this. After all that time, it's hard to get back in the saddle again, so to speak. I wanted a fresh challenge, you see?
Had you fallen behind in your work, sir? Not enough PPA to do your APP?
Too few progress points on your pupil premium cohort.
Falling short of your target, sir?
Inadequate lesson observations,
No, none of these things, okay? I was sick, alright? You can check with the head of St. Martin's, Mrs. Cunset, she'll tell you. Now, I think I've answered that question, haven't I?
What is safeguarding, sir?
Safeguarding, well, it's making sure all the pupils in your care are kept safe.
Safeguarding is...
As I was saying, it's making sure all the...
Safeguarding is...
Everybody's business.
Safeguarding is everybody's business.
Right, yes, I know that. Yes, it's on the posters all over St. Martin's. Safeguarding is everybody's business. Yes, it was everywhere, even the toilets. I thought you wanted a definition of what safeguarding was.
In the toilet, sir?
Safeguarding is everybody's business. Everyone at a school is responsible for the care of the children. Who is Margaret Clemens, sir, known as Maggie?
I don't know.
You don't remember little Maggie? Well, she was at St. Martin's, sir. Do you remember class 10A?
Yes.
But you don't remember Maggie?
No, I'm sorry, I really don't. I don't think there was any people at the school with that name. Certainly not in class 10A or any class I taught.
Do you remember the 3rd of November, sir? Last year, what happened on the 3rd of November?
After school?
In your classroom?
Right after last period?
Right after class 10A.
No, I don't know, I can't remember.
No, you don't know or you can't remember.
Which is it, sir?
What? I don't know. Like, are you saying something happened?
No, we're not saying anything, sir.
No, it's Maggie Clemens who's saying something.
We're not saying anything at all.
Maggie says that you asked her to stay behind. She says that you were on your own with her.
Just like Romeo and Juliet.
Then you left the room, Maggie says, and she looked out of the window.
She looked out from her balcony. She was in her own little world.
Now, she didn't notice you come back in.
You were quiet as a mouse, sir.
She says you walked up behind her and touched her. Caressed her, sir. Inappropriate contact, she said.
No way, never.
You calling her a liar, sir?
She said you tried to brush it off as an accidental brush against her body.
No, I would never do anything like that.
So it was no accident then?
No, I mean I would never do anything like that. It's a lie. Well, you have to believe me. I don't even know this Margaret Clemens. I don't even remember the 3rd of November.
Oh, remember the 3rd of November, sir.
If you don't remember it, sir, how do you know it didn't happen?
Because I know I would never do anything like that.
Why did you leave your last school, sir?
But he already answered that, Squires. You were sick, weren't you? Now, I wonder what kind of sickness it was that kept you off work so long.
For 6 months altogether.
Some teachers take long-term sick leave because of stress-related conditions.
Was yours a stress-related condition, sir?
Well, yes, it was, as a matter of fact.
Stress-related condition. That's very interesting, isn't it, Squires?
Very interesting indeed.
You see, for men in our walk of life, it's difficult to imagine what it is about education that is So stressful. I mean, it can't be the long holidays, can it?
13 weeks holiday per year? That doesn't sound very stressful, does it?
Can't be the length of the working day, can it?
Can't be that, no?
It must be all those children that make it so stressful, sir. That must be it.
Yes. All the bloody little buggers.
I bet sometimes they can really get on your nerves, can't they, sir?
Oh, I bet sometimes it's really frustrating, isn't it, sir?
Really stressful.
I bet sometimes you want to take that frustration out on the little buggers, don't you, sir?
That would teach them a lesson.
And teaching them a lesson is your job, isn't it, sir?
No! Yes. Well, what are you saying?
Do you know what happens when a pupil makes an accusation against a teacher? The teacher is immediately suspended until an investigation can be carried out.
The schools take the position that the pupils are implicitly believed, and contrary to the usual practice of our judicial system, the presumption of guilt is upon the teacher. Quite rightly so, in my opinion.
Okay, if you're trying to suggest that I left St Martin's because I was accused of some sort of abuse, that's just ridiculous. Ask Mrs. Gunter yourself.
Well, we're not suggesting that, sir. No, we're not suggesting that at all. But you see, there are some schools that don't play by the rules. Some schools offer a teacher a choice. They inform a member of staff that an accusation has been made against them, but not yet formally recorded. They give the member of staff an opportunity to leave with his dignity intact. No blemish upon his record.
These schools take the opinion, contrary to the law, that sometimes pupils make false accusations against staff. The child is not implicitly believed, and the teacher is allowed to get away scot-free. We are not suggesting you left St Martin's because of an accusation, sir. We're suggesting the accusation was covered up so that you could leave.
All right, do you know what? If you are policemen and this is some sort of official investigation, you need to tell me so up front. If you're trying to make me incriminate myself, that's entrapment. It won't stand up in court.
Does it really matter who we are, sir?
Safeguarding is everybody's business. If an incident has come to our attention, it's our responsibility as governors to investigate. Being policemen has got nothing to do with it.
Now do you feel like making a confession, sir?
Look, I don't know who you people are or what right you think you have coming in here asking me these sorts of questions, but I can tell you the reason I left St Martin's is because I couldn't face going back after my sickness. Alright? Doctor said it was stress. Said he wasn't surprised. Said he was always getting teachers in complaining of symptoms of stress, sleeplessness, chest pains, panic attacks. Said he wasn't surprised. The stuff we had to go through, all the pressure we were under. The truth is St Martin's was an awful place to work, and that was nothing to do with the pupils. It was the senior management that was the problem. I mean, there were pupil progress reports every half-term, lesson observations every fortnight, book scrutinies every week, and planning had to be submitted triplicate each week. You couldn't even turn around without some so-called leader looking over your shoulder. Wasn't a teacher at that place that wasn't up till about 1 o'clock in the morning every single night, marking books, preparing lesson plans. It's for weekends, forget about them. I complained once, you know. Didn't do any good. Every teacher had to make sure every single pupil was hitting every one of their targets every single minute, every bloody day. And what happens? It's just one of the 100 or so pupils that I taught fell behind in their work. Senior management threatened capability proceedings. Told me I was no good at my job. Well, does that sound like the truth to you? The truth at St Martin's is whatever senior management wanted to believe. If they said you were no good at your job and kept saying it over and over again, they thought it must be true, and the fact they made it all up in the first place is forgotten about. You can win with these people. It was like Alice in bloody Wonderland. It was awful. Awful, I say, alright? That's why I left. That's why I left and nothing else. I never touched a child. I never would.
It's all right, sir. We understand.
It can't be easy. Teaching over 100 children each week.
It isn't.
Can't be easy to remember all their names.
You don't know what it's like.
And I bet sometimes you have to keep one or two of them behind just to make sure they hit those targets.
Well, just to make sure you don't get into trouble in all those pupil progress meetings, eh?
I don't know. Maybe.
So don't you think it's possible, sir, that you might have forgotten what happened on the 3rd of November, the day you asked Maggie Clemens to stay behind?
I don't know, maybe, yes, maybe I did ask her to stay behind.
Isn't it possible that when you walked up behind her on that day, you did so with no ill intention in your heart?
I'd like to take a break, please.
A break? Oh, you were asked if you'd like a break. You said, no, really, I'm fine. We haven't really started yet. No break.
I'd just like a glass of water.
Yes, you were offered water as well. You said, no, honestly, really, let's get started. No water.
Now, isn't it possible, sir, that when you walked up behind Maggie on that day, that your hand brushed accidentally up against her? Isn't that possible, sir?
Isn't it possible, sir?
We're not saying intentional.
We're saying possible, sir.
Isn't it possible, sir?
Yes, I suppose it's possible.
It happened, didn't it?
Yes, right, is that what we want to hear? Yes!
Very good answer, sir.
What are you going to do to me?
What do you mean?
Don't hurt me.
Hurt you, sir?
I didn't do it, okay, please. I didn't do it, really. I just said it because you kept on at me. Okay, please, just don't hurt me. Are you going to arrest me?
Arrest you, sir? Why would we arrest you?
Because of what I said, but it wasn't true, okay? It wasn't, all right? If you want me to say it, I'll say it, but just don't... Aren't you policemen?
Oh, we're not policemen, sir.
You said.
Well, we said we could be policemen. We didn't say that we were.
So you're not going to arrest me?
Well, that depends. Maybe recent legislation has led to the power of school governors to be extended to include law enforcement. Why not? Governors control everything else in your life.
Yes, we hire and fire the staff.
We determine pay and conditions,
Set school policy.
curtail benefits in regards to maternity,
Paternity.
bereavement.
Achievement.
No other voluntary office offers so much power over people's lives. It's not a job.
No.
You don't need qualifications, experience, or any understanding of education. In fact, lack of understanding of education is sometimes seen as a desirable quality in a school governor.
Yeah. There's no pay in being a governor, sir, but there's an awful lot of power.
Oh yes, an awful lot of power, sir. And voluntary positions, which don't require qualifications, experience, or understanding, but do offer a great deal of power over people, do tend to attract a certain element. An element that likes power, but has no understanding of how to use it. A disturbed element, you might say.
A psychopathic element.
A sort of element that would drag an innocent man through the mud for their own amusement. That sort of element.
So you do know I'm innocent, then?
We know you never touched Maggie Clemens, sir.
So you just made out for your own amusement? Some sort of joke?
Oh no, sir, we didn't make anything up.
You accused me of child abuse!
No, we did no such thing, sir.
You said I assaulted Maggie Clemens!
Yes, but we didn't accuse you of child abuse.
Maggie Clemens is not a child, sir. Far from it.
Now, Maggie Clemens is, or was, a school assistant at St. Martin's. Clemens is her maiden name. You may remember her as Mrs. Margaret Lewis. She supported a child with autism in Class 10A.
Yes, I remember Mrs. Lewis.
She had quite a crush on you, sir. But you weren't interested, were you?
Well, who could blame you? Woman like that? Twice married, twice divorced. Who'd want her? Not you, eh, sir?
I had no idea.
It was all those lessons on Romeo and Juliet that made her feel that way.
Star-crossed lovers, she thought you were.
It was the way you intoned the language, sir.
She hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel. That sort of thing.
I had no idea.
You never paid her any attention, did you, sir? Now that can be very hurtful. It affects people in different ways. In this case, Maggie took it hard. She thought if she could get you into trouble, she could teach you a lesson. Teach you to pay attention to her. She made a complaint against you, said that you asked her to stay behind one day, and then assaulted her.
Don't Don't worry, sir. The complaint was never passed on to the police.
It never got to that stage.
No, there was no cover-up.
Maggie was discovered to be a fantasist. The day she insists the assault took place, the 3rd of November, you were off sick. Stress, probably. She was forced to admit she'd made the whole thing up.
Oh dear. There was no cover-up, sir. There was no need.
Well, your side of the story wasn't even required, so you were never informed of the accusation. It certainly had nothing to do with you leaving the school.
Oh, thank God, so I'm in the clear then.
Oh, absolutely, sir.
Yes.
I don't understand. Why did you put me through all this?
It's just one of the things we have to do, sir. It shows how easy it is to break an innocent man, though, doesn't it?
So you were testing me, were you? And what's this for? To beat a confession out of me?
Oh, I don't think it would have come to that, sir.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is no way to treat someone. Well, what gives you the right? I came here in good faith.
Now, she lost her job, sir, Margaret Lewis.
Yes. Took it terribly hard, had a nervous breakdown. Tried to kill herself.
I don't suppose you heard about it, did you, sir?
No. Too busy with your own stress.
Yes. I don't suppose you heard about it.
Went hard on the whole family, sir.
It does, these things do. Her daughter, she failed her English GCSE as a result. And her son...
Well, you say that's my fault?
Oh, no, not at all, sir.
Just trying to keep you apprised of all the facts.
You are the innocent party, sir.
Yes, I am. After all, what was she? Must have been mentally unbalanced to think of a story like that.
What? A woman who loved you, sir?
A woman you ignored.
A woman from a difficult background.
Wait a minute. Margaret Lewis never had any children. You said her children suffered. She didn't have any.
They were from her first marriage, sir.
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
No, don't try and bandy words around with me. She couldn't have any children. There was something medically wrong with her, and it was well known. You've made the whole thing up to try and intimidate me, haven't you?
Did we, sir? Isn't it possible that she had children and you didn't know about them, sir?
Isn't it possible, sir?
No, it's not! It's ridiculous! It's like Alice in Wonderland. Look, the only family that I know about were two brothers. And they were bad types, criminals. They've been arrested twice.
Now, don't leap to any hasty conclusions, sir.
I'm leaving, okay? Don't try to stop me. Why is this door locked? Why is this door locked? Open it at once! You have to let me go. If you keep me here against my will, that's false imprisonment. That's entrapment. You've got to let me go somehow.
I don't think that's a very wise course of action, sir. After all, we have a written record of your confession.
Bruts, isn't it possible, sir? Squires, isn't it possible? Brown, yes, I suppose it's possible. Squires, it happened, didn't it, sir? Brown, yes.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
You tricked me into saying that. Look, I'm a respected teacher with 5 good years at St. Martin's. I'll be listened to. I'll be taken notice of more than you two in your fake confessions. What you said about me was far worse. You're thinking about that. Think very carefully.
You're absolutely right, sir. That notebook condemns us just as much as you. If you want to leave, you can leave, sir. Let me get the door for you.
Briefcase, sir? Parting is such sweet sorrow.
What? Never mind my colleague, sir. He can be very poetical sometimes. He had a difficult childhood.
I was raised by a pack of wild beasts, you might say.
You're very clever, don't you? Trying to make me feel bad about Margaret Lewis. Trying to trick me into taking the blame. But your stupid mind games aren't going to work on me. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. She was no good, Margaret Lewis. That much is clear. Her and the whole family. Don't come near me. Don't think I won't use this. I can take care of myself, you know. People like you think you can get away with anything, don't you? But you can't. Just stay back, or I'll use it. I'll knock the both of you out.
There's no need for that, sir.
We're not. Who you think we are, sir?
Just trying to show you the door.
Oh. So what did you think?
I thought he was perfect. He'll fit in very well, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. Very strong on safeguarding, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Excellent subject knowledge. He'll be an asset. It ticked all my boxes.
Yeah, it'd be an excellent addition to the department. We're lucky to get him.
Oh, he's lucky to get us.
It's not luck, Squires. Well, our job is done. Let's give it a couple of hours. Make it seem like we had a decision to make. Then we'll call him.
You'll make the call?
I'll make the call. You tell Mrs. Jefferson we've got our man.
Will do.
Squires,
Yes.
tell her he will teach the torches to burn bright.